Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Daruk from Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch everything out for myself, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Yes, for myself. Remember, this is all for me, so don't be upset if you can't see it, because it's not for you. It's for me. But yeah, the other thing is, what am I going to do here? Like, I'm not drawing him like the actual character. Okay, this is how I draw, right? That's the whole thing. This is how I draw. Now, the problem with that is this is a very specific character that it doesn't look like a normal person, because I like to draw as if it was a cosplay, as if someone was dressed up in this costume, right? That's how I like to draw. The problem is, this person is very gigantic and big, and bigger than the average person. You know what I mean? So in other words, I kind of almost have to draw him Hulk-like, where his features are way too big, and yeah, it's just a bigger than life person, you know? That's kind of the whole, that's the only way I could do it, you know? So, that being said, that's what I'm going to go for. A very large, Hulkish-like creature. And that's all I can do, really. Because, you know, what's funny is his feet are... Let me draw him a little bit smaller here, too. His feet are smaller than his top half. Like, the bottom half is small, the top half is huge, right? Well, looks a little off to me. So it's almost too big. That's where I'm going with this. Is that even though I want to make him hulking, giganto bigo, I gotta make it to make me happy. I have to make him a little bit believable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, I think that might work. Let's see, what can I do for that hand? How about we just do... No, that's why I always do that hand. Whoa, yeah, I like it. I'm going to go with my first impulse. At first, I said, no, that's what I always do. But you know, I don't always do that. It's been a long time since I've drawn a hand like this. So, I'm going to go ahead and draw the crazy digit style that I was drawing in the first place. And see what happens. But yeah, but the point is, I mean, I have to draw him bigger than life, you know? And in doing so, because I like to draw, you know, how I draw, my style, I have to figure out just a quick little, what am I gonna do? You know? It's that kind of thing. Because, like I said, it's oh, and I gotta figure out his sword too. That's what I want to draw. His big old giganto sword. But I don't have a lot of pictures. That's the problem. I'm taking a guess at what his sword looks like. but I can get close enough. Something like that. Okay, so here's the other things. He's got a whole bunch of little things on him. So, I mean, I guess not a whole bunch, but I want to get him right. So it's funny, I said a whole bunch, but it's not a whole bunch. He's just got specific ones. And that's what I want to make sure that I get, looking as close to him as I possibly can. Does he have a belt? Nope, that's his rope. His rope body. His rope pants. He's got like sumo pants, you know. And I was trying to figure out whether there was rope going around or if that's his chain, because he's also got a chain. What's funny is this one was going to be super simple. It's like, oh, he doesn't have that much on. Not much for a costume, you know? But he does. There's quite a bit on him that's very specific. So I wanted to get that right. Oh, and the fur too. I got to get that right too. Because he's almost got like a, I want to say a Wolfman, hairy man type kind of feature to him. So again, I just want to get this looking right. You know, right according to what I can do. So pardon me if I get quiet, but sometimes when I get quiet is because I'm concentrating on trying to get this right. Because I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. You heard that phrase? It's for the phrase of, you know, maybe you're not that coordinated in life. That's me. I can only do a couple things at once and talk and draw, kind of. All right, I think that might work for the quick sketch. Everything looks pretty good. I don't think there's anything I missed as far as what I can see. Yeah, so let's get going. So let me erase some of these sketch lines real fast. What I like to do is I make sure my Sharpie stands out so you can see that much better. So what I do is I erase these sketch lines, keep the confidence lines, and that's what we're going to use to draw with. A lot of the sketch worked out, so I got to be careful what I'm erasing. Because usually the first lines you put down, those are like the guess lines. You know, it's like, well, I could try here, try there. But, and as you get more confident, you know, you press harder and your paper comes up because you didn't tape it down, right? You press harder when you erase, or sorry, when you draw, and those are more confident lines because you're confident of where you're placing that line. So when I erase like this, I'm erasing the sketchiness and I'm keeping the confidence. I gotta be careful because some of the sketchiness actually worked out. So I say we welcome everybody that skipped and get going. If my paper will stay down. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but a pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that a fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to guide me. So I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen and just jump right in. You saw the pose. You see which way he's facing. So I'm just going to start with his eyes. I'm going to draw a little bit of the top of the eyelids like this. And I'm going to draw a big old round retina like that because he's got just big beady eyes that you really don't even see the rest of it. So I'm just kind of accenting that when I color it, I can accent that it's a big round dot of an eye, you know? Now, because I try to draw them like real people, I am going to add some real human features. But the bottom of the eye will bleed if I try to add stuff like this. So usually what I do is I just add like a little dip in towards it and then add color to make the rest of it stand out. Now, he does have some very, very specific features. So I'm going to draw one of the eyebrows like this. Okay, and draw the other one pretty much the same way. It just kind of helps define a little bit of it. And now I can start to draw some of the other features because I've defined where the brow's going to be and where his ridges are going to be. And his nose, I'm going to make a big bulbous nose like this. It's a small, squatty, bulbous nose. That's basically what I'm drawing. Like that. And then put his mustache underneath. Now, it kind of comes out like this. And in like this. And I'm just kind of exaggerating the look of it. Again, because, you know, A, this is how I draw, but because I just want to accent a few certain parts. Now, let's draw some of his head, and then we'll get to his mouth. No, let's draw his mouth, I'm sorry. Let's finish up the facial features, and then we'll join up the rest of them. So I have his mouth open a little bit like this, because in a lot of the pictures I see he's got a big old smiley mouth, or a big toothy mouth, whether it's smiling or just open. So I'm going to accent some of the teeth, kind of like this, but not draw all of them. Like that. Bring the other end down. Again, kind of just accent that there's a big toothy mouth. I'm going to go ahead and draw his lip, just because it's part of the hairline for his beard. Okay. Now, let me talk about this too. I always draw what's on top and then you draw what's underneath, right? Now, his hair goes underneath this chain, so there's only so far I can go. Then I gotta draw that chain that's holding down a lot of his hair. So let's draw the edge of his body here. The edge of his face, like this. And then I'm gonna come around to his hairline, like this. And I think I'm going to switch over to the big Sharpie here, because after this I don't have to worry about small detail. But I am going to thicken up some of these outer edges, because you're about to see a huge difference in line width, and I don't want it to just disappear. And I'm probably going to have to do the same thing out here. And you don't have to do this if you're working with pencil. I'm just explaining to you why I did it. Should be okay. Right. So he's got big old crazy hair. So I'm going to draw the first wisp just kind of up like this. And you see how thick that is? That's why I didn't want it to disappear through here, which it's going to a little bit, just because of the thickness. Now see, it's a huge difference. And usually I like to make it match. I like to make it look like it's part of the same thing, you know? It keeps it from disappearing. The other thing is, this Sharpie is not very sharp, but I know it wasn't designed for tiny things like this. Okay, so like I said, the chain is coming down, so let me draw to the chain. I can at least give him a little bit of features. Like, okay, I take it back. Some of it is over it. Some of it is, and we'll do that. Let's do the beard. The beard is going to be over it. This. Okay, that's the front of his, I want to say his body, but the front of his beard. That's, you know, over the chain. And then I don't want to connect it to the body yet. I want it floating a little bit, which is why I didn't quite connect those lines. It kind of looks like I did. So, you know, I could say that all I want, but now that I'm looking at it, like, that's connected, silly. All right, so he's got a chain that wraps around his body. Let me see what that thing is on the front. It's like a, yeah, like a little specific shape. So let me draw that, and then we can build off of this. So it's coming down the front of his chest, and then we're just going to kind of draw the shape of the symbol like this. Now everything is going to be back behind that. So let me just, again, just kind of add specific shapes to it that are in that design. And I know I'm probably going way too far as design and trying to get this right, but I kind of want it to look right, you know? Okay, for his chains, I'm just going to do specific link, circle, that type kind of thing. I'm not going to worry about whether it turns or anything like that. So I'm going to get super, super basic. So this one's going to come up here. So this one's going to be sideways. So like that. And I'm going to build it just like that all the way around the curve. So I'm going to do another one here. Let's go ahead and just do the rest of them going up like this. And then this one's going to start to, you'll just see a little bit of it like that. So that means we're going to connect them like this. And see how I'm not really specifically trying to make it look specifically pretty. I'm just giving it a little bit of a chain look, you know? That's it, because this isn't about trying to make it look like a real chain. You know, we get it close. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying, you know, that's not the most important part of this drawing. If you want to, go for it. Make it look pretty. Make it look awesome. But really, I'm just trying to evoke the feel of chains as opposed to trying to make it 100% perfect. See? Those look a little bit better than that one, but that's all I'm worried about. Just a chain going around like that. Okay? So, that being said, we'll do the bottom ones in a second. Well, I guess we should go ahead and do them, right? Because that's going to determine a few more little things. So, same thing here. Up like this. So this one's looping. Then this one's going back like this. And that one's turning back behind it. So this one I am doing that. It's turning like this little by little. So the loop of it is getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller with just those two. That's the idea of curving around his body. So same thing, loop, line, loop, line, loop, line, and then we'll curve it back here to do like that. So I'm going to draw the loop, draw this next loop, same thing. And I'll admit I'm getting more lax with them as I go. You know, it could have been done a little bit better, but that's okay, because again, I know which way they're going around his body. So there are more hairs that are underneath his chain. So I'm just going to come down here and do this. Because that's underneath that. And then he's got a lot of hair all over. So he's got more hair here. So this is kind of over it, like I said. And he's got like hairy shoulders. Again, I think of like Sasquatch or you know, something like that. Okay, so a lot of that hair is white, so I want to draw a whole bunch of lines. I do, but because it's white, I don't. You know, I want to do that with color. I want it to stand out on its own. And drawing a bunch of black lines is not going to make it look like white fur. Oh, you know what else I want to do? Because it's a furry head like that, I want to draw one back here. So that's that, but turned at a different angle. Does that make sense? Alright. Again, I like to thicken it up. Again, just because that's how I draw. I make it consistent. Alright. Okay, so let's draw this arm first. His chest is bent over this way, so his shoulder's right here, coming down into his bicep, like this. Make sure, yeah, his pec is right here, like that. Then it goes into his arm, like this. And again, they're kind of, I want to do more there, but again, it's just Sharpie's going to scream at you. This is muscular edges that don't need hard edge Sharpie. So I'm just going to kind of play around with how it would look. Small Sharpie. All right, so his biceps like this. Right, and again, I want to draw more edges, but I don't. So let's just do it like that for now. Then we'll do more coloring with color. Now, I'm jumping ahead because he has I already messed up. I'm so sorry. There's supposed to be a giant, okay, so sorry. There's a lot to this guy, and that's why I'm just gonna draw it without it. I'm so sorry, I messed it up, but just, I'm sorry. I'm very flustered now. I'm very flustered because I messed up, and I don't want to have to start this whole thing over. But this is a good lesson in going with what you have. You know, you can either start over or go with what you have and enjoy what you got. Because I wanna be mad and throw it away, but you know what? I'm just gonna accept it and keep going, because that's how life is sometimes. Sometimes things don't work out the way you don't want them to. And sometimes things go the way you do, but when they don't, it's a learning lesson. You gotta figure out whether you want to throw it all away and start over, or just work with what you got. And I'm gonna work with what I got, because I'm still happy with it. Unfortunately, I'm just not showing you the correct way. That's what I'm upset about. Not my drawing, that I didn't provide for you 100% what I wanted. But that's okay. So I'm just gonna keep going. And so he's got, and this is what I'm babbling about, he's got like these chain, like wrist cuffs, I guess, but he's also got them on his forearm, or I'm sorry, on his bicep too. And I forgot to draw that one right there. I am so sorry. So that being said, I'm gonna draw this hand out here, floating just a little bit, and I'll explain why in a second. Because I'm going to draw his thumb over like this, and draw his fingers wrapped around his sword like this. Okay, because I always have to draw what's in front first, then I draw what's behind. The sword and everything is in front of this, so I've got to get to that. So I don't have good pictures of it. I'm so sorry. So all I can really do is do like this. There's the handle. It's coming down here. Something like that. Then this is going to come through here and come up like this. Okay, and here's another edge right here. It's pretty much the front of it. And it's got just like a big curved part to the top, like this. So something like that, okay? And it's got other stuff in it, but again, it's hard to see because I don't have a lot of good pictures. And there's the front half like this. Now, again, the reason I have to do it like that is because I can draw the edge of his hand, and then I'm going to draw the wooden thing around it. It's like this, and it's got like this. This little edge like that, but it's 3D. So I'm going to kind of do the same thing over, and it's just going to depend on which way you're looking at it as to how it's going to go. All right. And you know what? It looks like it should be going around here a little bit more too, because the angle. And then I'm going to connect just a few of these edges like this. And there we go. Okay, so there's one hand. Again, it's not correct, but I'm going to bend him over like this. Then there's that crease. This is going to go to this pack like that. And then I'm going to draw this arm. Now, this one does have another one of these, but at a different angle. So I'm basically just going to do this. And you're looking at it kind of almost a side view. Something like that. Okay, so then his bicep's going to go through here. And and there's fur, but you can't really see that there either. So we're just going to kind of do that because of the way his forearm is on the edge right there. So yeah, there's fur. Let me draw again this little collar piece. I mean, what would you call that? I don't know what you'd call it. I really don't. So anyway, a little bit of fur. Here's the forearm coming down like this. And then his hand, we're just going to do kind of something like this. So here's the thumb wrapped over itself, kind of like that. Gonna come over here, and then these fingers, they're pretty much doing this. So you can see the top like this. This one's bent in, same thing. Kind of bent over. And same thing here. Okay, now again, let me add a little detail because I've just been using big. I need to add some smaller Sharpie detail to make it stand out a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna add just a little bit of thumb detail there. And then the hand, I'm just gonna add, I like to add a little bit of creases on the hand just to show that it's all bent in and stressed, you know, because especially when you crease it like that, I mean, you got a lot of creases in there, and it kind of helps to make it dramatic like that. All right. Okay, so now he pretty much has like a sumo belt on, so I'm just gonna draw like rope. I know that doesn't quite look like rope, but you'll see why in a second. Like this. Then I just kind of do a little ropish, like twine, you know, like it's all wrapped around. Something like that. Okay? So now we're just basically drawing anatomy because he's got his little sumo diaper thing that he wears. Like that. And now he's all hunched over. So I'm going to draw his leg in like this. And I've got him like really dramatically, not stressed out, but posed. Super dynamic pose. Like this. So his knee's going to be over like that. And this one hunched over, but again, he's got those little things that I forgot to draw there. Oops, and connect that right there too, that I gotta remember to draw. So I'm gonna draw a big old huge calf, and then I'm gonna draw the like here we had it from the side, now it's gonna be turned, so you're pretty much just seeing one side of it like that. Okay, connect it real fast. Then the foot, I'm going to come down here for the foot. Here's the heel down to the first toe. Oops, there's a little too square for a toe. something like that. Again, just let me add just a little bit of tiny detail just to kind of stress stress the foot out. But also just to kind of, you know, make it not so large Sharpie centric. Ooh, this Sharpie's dying. This tiny one is giving up. Just to show some muscles too, right? Oh, and this, because it's like his cloth, we'll do that. We'll do a little bit of wrinkles in the cloth. Okay. All right. Same thing here. We're just going to bend this over really dramatic from the angle that we're at. That's all you can see. So almost the same thing like that. We're going to do like big old huge knots, or not knots, but edges, I guess. Something like this. Why do I keep closing it? Why do I keep closing it? So something like that. Foot's bent over into it, so I'm going to do the heel like this. There's his toe. And I'm going to draw the other toes. So something like that. And again, just tiny little details. Just a little bit of stress lines. We'll say like there. There's not much we can really do at this angle. I can at least, you know, clean some of that up. Give them like little foot stress lines. Something like that. Let's do another one right here, because it's a big one. Because of the way that it comes around like that. The way it goes all the way around, you know? So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Daruk from Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.